And your mom says to me that you say all the time, you know, I feel like my mother hated me. I'm glad that you're here.
Thank you.
Okay, first of all, I keep hearing I'm the mother. That was your mom that passed?
Yes.
Your mother's stepping forward for one reason. She was pushing through to the front of the line because I kept hearing, I'm the mother, I'm the mother. And the one thing that your mom says to me, she wishes that she would have gotten to tell you how much that she loved and cared about you here in this world. She goes, I want to let my daughter know that I'm sorry for keeping so much on the inside. Because your mother was tough here in this world when I'm connecting with her. She says, and Matt, do you know, me and my daughter used to go head to head with one another when I was alive. She says, and more importantly, she goes, I didn't realize until I got to the other side, she says, how much that I had hurt her. Your mom's coming through for one reason. She says, Matt, she goes, I've been trying to get in touch with my daughter from the time I had passed on because you don't sense your mom. You don't feel your mom. You don't even know that she's there and with you. She says, I'm here today for one reason. She goes, to ask my daughter to forgive me.
Wow.
She says, because Matt, she goes, it's because of me. She says that my daughter is in pain every single day. Your mom tells me that throughout your life, you were afraid to do things. You were afraid of the choices that you made and the decisions that you made because your mom was so judgmental here in this world. She says, and I know what you did. Because your mom tells me that the only way that you felt that you could live your life was to separate from her. And because of that, she tells me there were years when you did not talk to her. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Your mom says to me, I do not want you to feel guilty. She says, for pushing away from me. She says, because Matt, she goes, this wasn't an issue with my daughter. It was an issue with me. Here in this world, she goes, I was strong. I was opinionated. She says, but at the same time, I didn't feel emotion like most people did. And your mom tells me that she burnt so many connections with certain friends that she had, people, family members. She goes, and I realized once I went to the other side, she says that my daughter, my family, wasn't who needed to change, it was me. And she's acknowledging that. But I gotta be honest with you too. Your mom also is showing me when I'm connecting that there was mental illness that ran on her side of the family.
Actually, her father died in an institution.
Oh, then that's gonna be what it is that she's talking about because she keeps showing me on her side of the family and that there was an issue with mental problems.
Yes.
And your mom shows me that she actually suffered from that as well. So even though she wouldn't admit it here in this world, because your mom would not see a doctor, would not see anybody.
No.
She tells me that that was one of the things that she had dealt with. And she says, Matt, I gotta let her know. She says that I'm sorry about that. Your mom says, oh, don't thank me, thank her. Your mom is here to clear the air today. She says, because this is a piece of you that your mom wants to give back to you. Because, you know, your loved ones hear what you say. They hear the good things that you say about them and they hear the not so good things that you say about them. But, you know, pain comes from hurt, right? And anger comes from hurt. And your mom says to me that you say all the time, you know, I feel like my mother hated me. And your mom says to me, Matt, do you know how hard that was when I got to heaven and I heard that? She says, because I never hated her. She says, but I did hate the world. So your mom says to me, please know that you were the best thing that ever happened to me. And your mom's going to tell you the reason why. Your mother said to me, you need to tell my daughter this, Matt. She says, do you know that my daughter gave me a family? She tells me she never had a family here in this world, that because of the mental illness that ran in her family, she says to me that she had to grow up living her own life, taking care of herself. She says, and all she wanted here in life was a family of her own. And when you were born, she says, you gave me that love that I never had. She says, and unfortunately, she says, I didn't value it for what it was. But know that this is her way here and now, letting you know that on the other side, she sees everything. She wants to say one other thing. Your mom tells me that you got back in touch with her before she died.
Yeah.
Do you know that that meant everything to her?
She had Alzheimer's and I took care of her for the last year of her life. I moved in with her and took care of her.
She says to me, and you know, Matt, she says, because of that illness and because of what she had, your mom is telling me that she never got to tell you how much she appreciated that. And you spent all of these years saying, I don't even know why I did this. My mother didn't even realize. She didn't even know what I did for her. She didn't know all these things.
Yeah.
Your mother's here today and saying, I know, I know. She says, so please don't let this weigh on you. She says, because I'm a different person now that I'm in spirit. She says, so this is just here validating that every day that goes by, I am there with you and I am safe and at peace. She says to me, because Matt, she goes, my daughter prays to everybody in heaven but me. Tell her that she can pray to me now.
It's true.